Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You'll return a subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to talk to you about a story that broke last night out of Detroit, Michigan. Shout out Detroit as always. And it's about a man and woman that were gunned down in a home, supposedly, out there in Detroit's west side. And this news broke late last night, and supposedly it happened early this morning. Well, that didn't even sound right, but it broke last night. You'll see when it started in the videos. But they got a suspect in custody, and they're not looking for nobody else. And the more you look at this video, you can figure out what was happening. Take a look at this, and we'll come back and talk about it. May both people rest in peace. And man, the world's a crazy place.
Two people were shot and killed overnight.
No, it happened at the corner of Coyle and Keeler Streets near Finkel and Greenfield just after midnight.
And 7 News Detroit reporter Brittany Tulis has been on the scene now for hours talking with family of one of the victims. And Brittany, obviously this is a devastating loss for them. Are they able to shed any light on how the shooting happened?
Yeah, Alicia Keenan. In fact, I have heard back from police since last talking to you guys at 5 o'clock, so I do have more information. Police confirming they do have one man in custody in relation to this double homicide. The victim's family telling me their son, Edward Clark III, and a female friend were shot and killed in this home last night. And you can see almost 6 hours after that happened, Detroit police are still here investigating. Now, Detroit police say this all happened around 12:30 in the morning. The victim's parents telling me their son Edward was shot and killed in this home. They say a woman in the home at the time also died from a gunshot wound. Edward's parents tell me the two were friends at work, and police did make an arrest. Now, Edward's dad tells me a little about Edward. He says he was a bright young man in his mid-30s who loved playing video games. He also said Edward leaves behind a daughter, that daughter being just the apple of Edward's eye since the day she was born. Now, police also said that there are no further suspects in this double homicide, but they did say they are still investigating to find what led up to those two lives being lost here last night. For now, live from Detroit's west side, I'm Brittany Tulis for 7 News Detroit this morning.
Now we're following two deadly shootings on Detroit's west side, leaving 3 people dead.
These two separate investigations are unfolding tonight. Shots rang out overnight at a home on Coyle Street near Finkel and Greenfield. Responding officers finding a man and a woman fatally shot in that house.
And this morning, a man accused of fatally shooting his girlfriend and barricading himself inside a Detroit home. That suspect now in police custody.
The tragedy and tense negotiations surrounding a home on Washburn near Santa Clara and Wyoming.
7 News Detroit reporter Sarah Michaels speaking with witnesses and neighbors who knew the couple, and she joins us from the city's west side.
Neighbors tell me that the suspect and the victim in this case were a couple. In fact, they said, quote, they seemed like the perfect couple. So naturally, they were shocked to hear gunshots ring out right here Friday morning.
We have a GSW, a female within.
It was around 9:15 Valentine's Day morning when Detroit police were called to Washburn Avenue for a barricaded gunman.
Also, Rumford High School is around the corner. Let's get them notified as well.
Neighbors who were too scared to go on camera told me they called police after hearing this car crash into one of their homes, then shortly after hearing gunfire. The neighbors tell me when they walked outside, they saw someone that they recognized. The woman who lives in this house, deceased in the car, her boyfriend, peeking his head out their upstairs window. That's when they called 911.
The officers are talking to the guy. He's in the front window upstairs, and he's armed. This is going to be a barricaded.
Police then surrounded the home. Over the scanner, they talked about how the gunman's parents came to the scene.
Mom's coming around now in a blue Chevy Equinox.
Some neighbors who did not fear for their safety tell me that they watched all of this from down the street.
He told us that it was bullets flying and we had to stay down there.
As Valentine's Day morning came to an end, police confirmed that the woman in the car was deceased. Eventually, they were able to coax the gunman out of the home. He's now in custody.
We waited down there. We seen them bring him out of the house across the street.
Of course, we will continue to keep you updated as we learn more about what happened here Friday morning. On the city's west side, Sarah Michaels, 7 News Detroit.
Okay, that's crazy. I mean, show of hands, how many people tired of this type of BS? People just flipping their wigs and killing each other over affairs of the heart. Now, don't get it wrong. A woman has a propensity of upsetting a man and breaking his heart. As men, we can get our hearts broken too. It's no problem. But a lot of times, like you see these types of crimes, I think right before I even look at these videos sometimes, it has something to do with one or two things. And this is just my opinion. Either the male felt as though he wasn't appreciated, or he felt like he was disrespected. And this situation right here, because this is a confusing story if you're not really paying attention to it. Last night when it broke, it said a man and a woman was found shot dead inside of a house. Now this time it says the girl was in the car dead. The guy crashed the car into a neighbor's house, then ran on foot to his house, which was, I guess, was on the same block. So basically there was two different crime scenes, y'all, for the same crime. So I'm thinking he went over, they was over at the house, at this new guy's house. Them two, because it said the suspect and the victim, which is the woman, was a couple. So she must have been over there with old boy, and he found out about it, went over there, knocked on the door, whatever, killed this guy in the house in front of her, and then took her and put her in the car. During them driving, something might have took place where they got into a situation. He trying to take her back to his house. The car crashed, and then he shoot her and then run off to his house. But I want you to pay attention to something. It's always the same MO with these people that lose their minds over women, especially guys. And we will say guys because guys are the ones I be seeing doing this. They'll be so angry. They'll go through all of this labor and all this stuff to finagle the girl and pull her and kill somebody else and grab her and to take her somewhere and then kill the girl only to run away and don't have no plan. He ran back to his house and barricaded himself. Dead girlfriend left down the street against in a car that hit another house. Where's the love at? What did you do that for if you was going to leave her out there, her body out there in the snow while you ran back to your house? Shouldn't have left your house in the first place. If you knew she was around there, you could have ended it. That's the thing about guys. We dictate if it's going to be a relationship or not. I don't never see no women run around knocking men in the head like you going to be with me. Even though we're in the juggernaut era and that might be happening, but it might not be televised on the news. But come on, man. Come on. Where's your sense of judgment? Good judgment. That's stupid. You could have went around there and let her know you caught her. She would have had more to worry about than you if y'all was a couple, because she got to come home. Not saying you should do something to her, but the same mental anguish you going through, she would go through by knowing that you caught her. But they don't see it like that. They don't. They feel as though they get embarrassed or whatever. Hell, he might have knew the guy. That's even worse. But either way, she's your girlfriend. She ain't your wife. Ain't nothing on paper. And these people be in relationships and they act as though a person can't leave them or go and do whatever they want to do with somebody else. Is it right or wrong? I don't know. I don't know their relationship. But I do know she's dead and she should still be here. You know what I'm saying? If somebody went out of a relationship or somebody decided to do something foul, life would take care of them. You ain't got to do all that. I just don't understand it. You got mad. Why was you bringing her back to her house when she was just in another man's house? Why would you grab her and take her with you anyway? What are you going to prove? Maybe Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day today. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys that celebrate that. But maybe that played a role in it. She going to do this to me on Valentine's Day? How dare she? I'll show her. Yeah, well, she's gone. Family devastated. And your parents got to come around to a house while you talk to the police out the window. Embarrassing. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Too many people overreact a lot of times. And I mean, things do make you mad. But they need to reflect on where they'll see themselves past something. It's like a lot of people out here now act like they can't get past tragedy or some type of situation in their life. See you in the next video. Take care.